Hi, I'm Steve Good and welcome to my Scroll Saw Workshop. What you've just been watching is a demonstration of an automatron that I just built tonight, and I call it the marble climbing machine for obvious reasons. And you can find the plans for this automatron at my blog at www.scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. The plans are going to give you all the general dimensions of all the pieces, but what they won't do is show you some of the techniques that I use to keep the ball on the contraption as it's running. There's a little bit of compound cutting you'll have to do, a little sanding and some router work to make all this come together right. So it's a little bit more complicated project than we usually do here at the Scroll Saw Workshop, but if you've got a few tools you should be able to make it work. Okay, I'm going to show you the materials we need, and then I'll give you the detailed steps of how to put this together. I want to talk about the materials and some of the tools tonight that you'll need to put this project together. I built the base, the frame, the pistons, and the top all out of 3/4 inch red oak. Obviously you can use any material you like. For the cams, which there are 6 of, I used 3/8 inch Baltic birch plywood because I just wanted to make sure it didn't warp on me. And you'll have 4 cams on the inside of the automatron and 1 cam on the end for the crank and another cam on the other end just used as a retainer to hold the shaft in place. Some of the tools you're going to need, you'll also need some either 1/4 or 3/8 inch dowel rod that you're going to use for the shaft and the handle on the crank. Some of the extra tools you're going to need to keep these marbles centered inside these pistons. You have to do a little contour work to make the marble stay in the center, and most of that I used a scroll saw for, but some of the extra tools I used to help me shape that was I used a small wood rasp to help me out there a little bit, and I also used that for the ramp leading up to the pistons, and I'll show you a close-up on that in a minute. I also used a 1/4 inch bullnose router bit, and I used that to route out the channel and the back ramp back here. So you'll need that, and you're also going to need probably a spindle sander. I used a spindle sander in the last piston to get this ramp in here because it was and I'll show you in a minute, that's on an angle, and I didn't want to try to run that through the router with such a small piece. Okay, that's most of what you're going to need. Obviously you're going to need a drill press or a drill of some type to drill the holes in the cams, and of course you're going to need your scroll saw. Now I'm going to zoom in here real close and show you some of the individual pieces and exactly how this works. Okay, I've got the pistons out of the automatron now, and I just want to show you that basically what you have here are 5 different height pistons. The last piston is cut on an angle, so the marble, when it hits this one, will roll back down into the trough in the back. And they start out at 4 inches and work their way down to 2 inches. And when you get these cut out, they will fit inside this hole right here. Okay? So each one will sit on top of its individual cam down here at the bottom. And you'll see that when we put this back together, that as we rotate this, every other cam is 180 degrees out of the one next to it. So as the farthest cam on your right moves up, the next piston below it is moving down. So what happens is the marble comes down this ramp, and of course the piston is lower than the ramp, so the marble rolls into that piston. Then as it comes up, the one to its left goes down, and eventually the height of the first piston gets higher than the second piston. The marble rolls into that piston, and it just continues its journey up to the top. Once it gets to here, it goes into the last piston, which is a ramp. That marble rolls down the ramp. When that piston gets to the top of its travel, it's higher than this ramp at the back, so the marble rolls off down, and then at this end we've got what I call a turnaround cutout, where the marble comes down the ramp, hits this turnaround, returns back down to the ramp, and repeats the process over and over again. So that's basically how it works. Now I want to take and show you some of the individual pieces and some of the techniques I had to use to keep the marble on track.